Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner, Albert Cameron. I know it seems like a long time off, Al, but basketball season's coming. Maybe a sense of getting back to. I'm looking forward to it myself.
I think it's the right call right now to say that the sports run together. The seasons come and go so quickly, and you get a lot of announcements in the off season that might make headlines in your local areas. And one came up because Youngstown State is going on the road in basketball to play Penn State and follow that up by West Virginia. I really like that, George. I like the challenge Coach Calhoun is taking. I like everything he's doing there. I'm a big Coach Slocum man. I would take Coach Slocum over anybody in the country. But I got to say, Coach Calhoun has really done a nice job since he's been there.
Well, that's the idea. And as you say, 2 road games. I imagine there's some money involved.
Right.
And you always have that opportunity to lead off Sports Center.
Yeah, and it's
not with Penn State. West Virginia would lead off.
Yeah, and for YSU, it is a chance to show what they can do in the tournament if they happen to get in. You know, you want to show those NCAA people that are watching closely. You know, if you go there and pull the upset, and then you win your league, you might be a 14th seed instead of a 16th seed.
You made me think of something too, like with basketball. I remember Coach K years ago. A lot of what he says, I don't,
Right.
it's self-serving or whatever. But he was under the impression that college basketball really needs a start date. You know how baseball, you think April 1st. That's not always the first, but that's
In our mind.
He thinks this is one of the problems. Like, St. Francis will go to Pitt. Does it count? Is it a...
Sometimes it doesn't count.
Yeah. And
I
I
know.
just think Penn State, West Virginia, both, those are real big games for the visitor.
Yes, they are, and I like that a lot, George. You bring that up. That,
Yeah.
that every sport has their own niche, but also has their own problems. And Coach K thinks that's one in college basketball.
Nothing like this year's. I'm just sitting back. Of all the years, I think it'll be back to what they call normal.
Right.
Secondly, I'm just going to sit back with my feet up and see what happens. I was listening to the radio today on the way in, and guy was talking about this name, image, likeness. They getting no direction from the NCAA. The NCAA takes a gut punch last week from Supreme Court can't agree 9-0 on peanut butter.
Right.
9-0, they said, you guys straighten up.
Mm-hmm.
So Emmert, who makes $3 million a year, his response is, make your own stuff up. Going to be chaos.
We got some chaos coming, no question. We're right in the middle of about 5 or 6 things that are chaos. We've been talking to a lot of college coaches, a lot of people behind the scenes, and we're seeing that the college coaches of both sports are not happy. That's how you know it's really chaos.
Well, you know what, too, Albert? Now that I think about it, they all like to manage things. They like to know what's going on.
Like we did.
Yeah, and
yes.
you can't. They don't know what's going on.
No, they have no
I've
idea.
heard guys saying they have no idea. Now they're getting after this thing with the COVID. What happened with NC State? Their NC State people are livid over this thing where they just said, "No, you're out 1:30 in the morning." Why did we play the first game? Who tested positive? Were they back? It's just a myriad of
crazy.
issues.
It is. It's
But
so
let's talk
difficult.
YSU here, because this, say what you want, they really got after it this year. They win this McCafferty Trophy. That is basically, they did the best of everyone in the 19 sports.
Yeah, they did. And you have to give Coach Stroll, the executive director of YSU, a lot of credit for staying the course, hiring good coaches, and doing the best he can. Because we've been on his case, but this is twice now that I gave a kudos to Coach Calhoun, and I'm giving kudos to Ron Strollo for the job they've done in channeling good athletes into YSU and telling the coaches, go get them. Go get these players. Their academics have been good. Their standings are outstanding. The spring went crazy and took them over the hump for that McCafferty Award. In 2 months, they gathered 22 points. All these championships that included track and field both, and women's golf and softball. So the boys and the women and men both were outstanding. The McCafferty Trophy goes to the school in that league that does the most total points in all the sports. And what a job they have done. Congratulations
And
to
you have
everybody.
to be very magnanimous. You read, we're proud of our student athletes and coaches. Also, you know, the various people that made it happen, the advisors, the strength
Right down the
coach,
line, right?
communications, the equipment room. These things don't happen in a bubble.
Yeah, well, George just read something there that I should not overlook, because a lot of times the coaches take the hit for everything's bad and they don't get anything good. The players take everything. This is a great job for everybody involved in this. And everybody should be taking a bow at YSU for this award. And let's hope they come. I'm reading it again next year and say YSU repeated as the McCafferty champ.
Bowling Final
That'd be great.
Four, lacrosse. Did you see the cube minutes break?
Yes.
3.48.
3.48. How
I
about
needed
that?
2 semesters to get a 3.48.
Yeah, that grade point average stands out. It really does.
Gals,
So that's,
well done.
we kind of think that when you look at sports in high school, George and I had best teams. They were good in the classroom too. I mean, it really was. And you might get one that gets through that not the normal kind of student that does good in sports, but George and I coached both, and when we won, a lot of times our students were really good.
We've talked about this. He and I both old school. I'm not holding my breath till this eligibility sheet comes out. I'm sorry. I'm 40.
Ain't the
I'm
truth.
40-some years old.
Ain't the truth.
And I'm not going to let some 16-year-old hold me hostage. I'm going to simply say, we'll try this without you, Junior.
Yes.
I'm not checking that every Friday.
It sure worked for us, you know.
Yeah, and they knew.
Yeah, no, it worked for us.
I thought, lady came in to me once. I was at Grove City, and I didn't know who she was because they didn't teach her. And she's just going on. Here's where on. I said, ma'am, flunk them. Now get out.
How would that
She
simple?
wanted me to, like,
How simple was that?
arrange whatever it was. I wasn't doing it. This kid's responsible. He's not doing the, and this is why you get 3, 4, 8.
Yeah, you do.
Because they know how important it is.
And that culture, and I call it a culture. I don't call it a program. I call it a culture that you set the standards high, and the kids believe that you have. That is why it goes hand in hand with what's happening in college sports right now. Those cultures are hard to deal with. Because if you tell a kid today, deal with it. Next 5 minutes, he'll say a text, Coach, I decided to transfer to another school.
My mom wants to they used to call them helicopter parents when they hovered around practice, you know. We never let anybody in practice.
No.
And now they call them snowplow parents, where they just move it out of the way.
Yeah.
They just, we got rid of this coach. Like Pine Richland down here. I mean, come on, the guy won the state championship. Short of a crime.
And they found no crimes.
No. But you're right. But hats off YSU. And one more big announcement. The governor. We're opening, baby, full tilt. The stadium will be full.
Yes.
The Buckeyes will be packing them in.
Yep.
And
Stand ball will be filled this year. There's nothing better than seeing those YSU Penguin fans fill it.
Yep.
Coach Phillips will be excited for that. Hopefully building off of the spring.
Yeah.
He was going in the right direction for that last game.
Yeah,
but
a lot of young kids, though. They might have just either worn out physically, mentally, or both. Yeah, we're not making an excuse for them, but
no, we never do.
No, but you know, once again, he's not doing it. That's my point. Right. He's saying, let's dig in.
Yes.
When he says it, I say it as an excuse. When we say it, it's a reason.
Right. Yes.
Because we're not. But that's excellent. And I just think, Warren G. Harding, he invented that word, normalcy. There was a scandal in this administration. And I'm just thinking, what a perfect time to get things back.
We like that.
How about noon on Saturday? We
like that. We like that.
We do a radio talk show, and we both buzz out of there, and man, we want to see football.
And we see the games.
He goes to his grandkids, little games or whatever, and I go get ready, and man, I sit there and I watch football till Saturday night.
Yeah, you cover the gamut from noon till 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it's like a big thing on my seat, like where my rear end was. I was so fat.
You see them all. So I'll say, George.
No, I see
I heard
them.
there was something that happened in Hawaii.
I tell them what happened.
I'll say, yeah, I saw
Hawaii and Colorado State. I tell them what happened. Because I have no life, so I'm watching the football. All right, let's look at the dudes that get paid to be dopey. Hey, I don't know, Major League Baseball, these new rules with the pitchers. When I first read it, sunscreen, some kind of tacky stuff, rosin. All I know, Cole's not pitching as well.
Not near. Not near.
Now, is it a quinkadink or is it something?
We're going to find out because he definitely is not. And I didn't realize that this has been going on. I'm usually up on things. I didn't realize that they were using stuff on the balls.
Forever.
Yeah, just
You know
not
what
now.
I did hear the other day?
Just not now,
You and
though.
I, our time, the clubbies rubbed them up, or the umpires. They don't do it anymore.
They really.
They don't rub them up. Now I don't know if someone's rubbing them up. So I heard a guy say, he goes, "You don't know." He said, "You can't throw that ball." Smoltz was on the other day. One day he threw out 17 balls. You just couldn't grip it.
17 balls, he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He did.
Why
And
not?
that's before.
Right. So something's going on, though,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I could tell by the batting averages are going up.
When
There's-
Cole 2 homers in the first inning, he has never first pitch of the game
Yeah, there's more runs being scored right now than all year.
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
No,
So,
I agree
so,
with
so
Albert.
something has happened.
I agree with now. The first dude ejected. They got a guy yesterday. First one.
Where was he hiding it? They say they find it.
They were inside his glove. Here's what
Okay.
happened. He was sweating. And now yesterday, you're sweating if you're
Oh,
pitching.
was it hot?
He had rosin, he says. And they came out and they looked, and what they did, this was fun. I saw it. They passed the glove around to all 4 umpires. It was
They all
like,
looked at it, huh?
and they said,
They judged it.
"Go on." He's saying, "I've done it forever."
They're probably making an example of somebody saying, "You think we're kidding with this?"
Yeah.
That's what
Because,
happens.
they look kind of dumb when they call the guy in, and
he
then
has
these
nothing
guys
wrong.
have been throwing
Right.
their pants
Yes,
down.
they've been showing
that
off.
dope for you knew he would do that.
They've been showing off.
He's not a major leaguer in any sense of the word.
Yes.
Let alone how he acts. The trouble is, and we've talked about this, not just I watched St. Louis let a pop-up drop the other day. It made me feel good. It isn't just the Pirates. But how many guys, we used to call it the interstate. They're 100, batting 1 something.
Yeah, the game is really hard to watch. You watch the College World Series and it looks normal. I love watching college baseball because one game will be 6-5, the next one will be 1-0. They move pit runners over with bunts and hit and runs, and pro baseball, Major League Baseball, I don't call it pro baseball, it's Major League Baseball, has become a game of strike out 14 times, try to hit 3-run homer, and no one ever care about their teammates on the bases. It's an
You mean moving them up?
Yeah, it's an individual.
Oh.
It's an individual at bat. Every at bat's an individual
Hey,
bat.
can you see? We told Al to bunt. Al's agent's on the phone. He
Yes.
wants to talk to. Don't make my boy bunt. He's in a contract year. He's going for how many whatever velo or on.
Yeah,
Hey,
every manager's paid money these days,
and
the
they're
manager-
not paying
and
them
they're paying
like
less. They're paying, and they should pay them less, because all they're paid to do is run a good clubhouse.
decisions are made tonight.
Yeah, there's no decisions made at all.
Hey, Al,
ever.
I didn't realize this. I heard this today. It surprised me. Boone salary, 1.3.
That's all. Wow. Yankees.
Jordy was making 8.
Even the Yankees are cheap.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
And everybody's throwing in the hundreds. I don't know if it's the guns or what it is, but if you're not throwing 100 anymore, you're not.
It's the guns, no question about it. They compared the guns for 20 years ago, and they're 5 miles an hour faster.
Makes sense.
So if you're throwing, because all I can tell is it comes in 101 and it goes out 107. So if you're throwing 101 miles an hour, they're not hitting the ball. They're not hitting it. They're not squaring
Hey,
the ball.
another thing too, like ESPN, TBS, TNT, Fox, they don't want zoom. People are like,
That's me.
you can't watch
It's
it.
the game stinks. That's why that's so bad. I went to one game this year. I just happened to go because of my grandkids. I usually have 10
How'd
games.
that
in.
go?
I usually have 10 games in by now. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of game.
But
that you
how
watch all
about
the time.
their fundamentals? There are none.
Well, when you watch a play, you don't think. Base running and throwing. And those two things have always been two of the big trademarks of fundamentals. You don't see a lot of good.
It's like we see the Pirates and Indians all the time. It was funny. We had a kid who went to IMG, and he ended up being in the Pirate farm system. He said all they did was work on fundamentals.
So they do work on it. So
Yeah,
I guess you got to believe they work on it.
It's like your buddy
Doesn't
says.
show it.
When you go to a basketball game, a guy says, they get that ball in the middle, and your buddy, Mark, always says, you mean you don't think he told him that? He told him to get it in the middle.
Yes.
But somehow that ball didn't get in the middle.
Yeah, and so they're working on fundamentals. We heard from the kid's mouth
Yeah.
at Pirate Camp.
That's all they
work
do.
Fundamentals.
That's all they
Then
do.
you watch them play and you think, they don't work a second on fundamentals.
Or it isn't showing.
No.
Let's talk about the All-Star game. It's coming up. the best part of the weekend, now remember, to me, is the home run derby.
How about
I
that?
look forward to it.
Yeah, I used to. I don't anymore either because I always judge it because now I watch a little bit of it. I judge by who has the best pitcher, not because they all hit the ball out. So if they got a pitcher who can put the ball in the zone where they
Right
can
where they
kill
want
it,
it,
oh yeah.
Yeah, when he says best pitcher, he means the groove of
oh
form.
yeah, they get their fathers or they get their
Yeah.
See, sometimes they get their father in there
Harprider's old man.
and he can't throw it where they want him to throw it.
Or he
'cause
gets nervous.
you know,
So he's never thrown in front of 50,000.
yeah, so they throwing the ball in the
Hey,
dirt.
you know
and
what
throwing-
I like? The kid with the pancreatic cancer or colon, whatever it was.
Right.
He's in.
Oh, is he?
They put him in the other day.
That's
so
good.
I'm looking for. Let's talk NBA. Phoenix Suns. I'll take a little credit here. One game from finishing it off. Two close games. The Valley Oop, a 4-point game, and then the other night, Al, you had to see it. I know you don't watch every play. There was a 5-possession sequence.
I watched that.
1-point game.
7 straight. It was
And
7.
you know what's funny about it? I said to someone yesterday, this is going to sound strange. but
7.
I'll throw it out there. 2 guys shoot twos. Paul and Booker. They shoot some twos.
There's only 2.
That's what I said.
But you know that, Pete.
But these
That's why I
other
don't watch
guys
the game.
don't shoot twos.
But that's why I don't watch the game. See, he can handle it. I don't think it's basketball when you go 14 straight possessions, 2 teams.
Yeah, how about a plan B?
And no,
Yeah.
you ain't seeing it.
No.
And that, see, I can't handle that as a coach.
See, now Paul and Booker will.
Oh yeah, they're only 2. But they're only 2.
And they
Think
weren't
about
shooting
basketball.
well either. And they weren't shooting the other night.
But think about basketball when
No.
no one steps foot inside that 3. No one.
No.
And they missed 14 straight shots. And there's not a coach saying we might want to shoot a foul line jumper.
No, they won't.
No, not a chance.
No.
So why would I
In
like
the
it?
old days, the only team that did it was
All they have is
San
great,
Antonio.
great. Now I said I'll triple great.
Yep.
Great talent. When I watch a game, they do things that are magnificent. But me trying to watch a game is agony.
Let's talk about a bunch of new coaches in just the last week. Jason Kidd, who's been 3 places.
Right.
We talked about that. Carlisle, he's like I'd hate
He's
to
been
have
3 or
his
4
luggage.
places.
It'd have stickers on it from.
Yeah.
But here's the point. First of all, you could see some of those deals were done.
No
we
doubt.
talked about that the other day. We thought so. And the other thing, this idea, because we were coaches, it's my peeve. If I fly on TWA, they don't make me a pilot. But yet, for some reason, if you played, the assumption is you can coach.
But I got to. You taught me this without even knowing you taught this to me. If they don't, though, the players think.
Oh no, they won't listen.
Do you understand they're saying
No.
what? So you have to
Bringing this
understand.
guy from
Yes.
good luck.
Yeah, George Abraham, who can really coach.
Yeah.
Where'd he play at?
Little fat dude.
Shippensburg.
Oh,
They're going
gee.
to say, why am I listening to this? So you have to put that in the
They'd
equation.
be calling you D2 behind your
Yes.
back.
The
No, they
player-
wouldn't. No.
So you have to
I
put that
agree.
in. We
No.
think it's a player, but they won't listen.
No.
John Beeline, they really thought that he couldn't
I
coach.
bet you they tortured him.
He knows more basketball in his
Little
finger
absolutely.
than the whole NBA combined.
Yeah.
The whole NBA combined.
weren't listening.
And they're saying, who'd you play? Who'd
College.
You coach?
Didn't
I
they
coached
call him
Canisius.
college or something?
I coached at Canisius.
Yeah.
I coached
Michigan.
Michigan.
That mean to them.
To them means nothing. So Jason Kidd, they're saying, wait,
Yeah.
Jason,
Oh,
was
he
you,
has a.
was you in the Hall of Fame?
Hey.
Oh, listen
How
to you.
about Al? They had Lenny Wilkins was coaching and Shaq. Shaq. Well, he's not 12,
Right.
but he's not old enough for Lenny Wilkins.
Like we are,
He
yes.
looks down at little Lenny one day. He says, did you play somewhere? Lenny says, yeah. By the way, he's in the Hall of Fame as a player and a coach.
Yes.
And he said, well, what league did you play in?
Yes.
He didn't know.
I know. They
So
know
they're
now.
not
Though. They
yeah.
know now.
Yeah,
Do you understand?
yeah,
That
yeah.
means everything.
Yeah.
The ring means, and if
Yeah.
they've won a ring before,
Yeah.
they'll walk into the
Jason
gym.
Kidd has that.
They'll
going.
show them that ring and say,
he
"Look what I got."
That's what Pat Riley does. He brings
Yeah,
them out
yes,
on all his
uh-huh.
hand, like Brady. Look like a ring salesman. Now the NCAA, they're trying to get this name thing down. Name, image, likeness, NIL. It's called. I'm not so sure that. Well, I am sure they don't know what's going on.
Well, I
this
don't
is
too.
going to be. This is going to be like.
It's a Wild Wild
Remember in
West.
the Wild Wild
It is
West
a
when
Wild
they
West.
used to take their guns when
It
they
is a
went
wild
into Dodge
West. They don't
City?
know
They're-
because when you don't know the outcome.
No, tell me this.
You don't know the outcome.
Tell me how Bama, Clemson, Ohio State, the big boys aren't going to get bigger.
Oh, they will. There's no question about
You think so too? Then?
it. I know for sure.
Now, here's my question. We have a guy on with us on the radio. He says that D3 is concerned, and the low majors are concerned, if these teams ever get to the point where they only play the big boys,
It's coming.
it will be the end of MAC football.
It's coming, yeah.
You really think?
Yeah. Oh, I don't
It's
think
done
they
then.
that.
It's done then.
I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if the way the NCAA is doing
They
their
need
job.
that $1 million.
The way the NCAA is doing
Right?
their job. You know, the NCAA is so bad at doing their job.
No, they have
Then why would they need them? They
Well,
don't
the only
need
thing the
NCAA.
SEC, here's the one. If they have 8 league games, they get 4 patsies. They go 2-6, they can make a bowl.
Yeah.
Look at the record
Yeah,
of
the coach.
Vandy.
I would say the coaches.
Vandy goes, hey,
yeah, the
we were
coaches-
6-6.
Yeah, the coaches would be happy to keep it that way.
Fans
but I don't think the
fans don't want it. Clemson fans, you think they want to see Furman?
They see him every year.
You think they want to see Furman?
You know what? They don't. Some of them don't even go to the game though for the game. I mean, you understand? They go for the.
They're either drunk in
They're
the
on.
park.
Yeah,
or
they're there
not.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yes, for
No,
that, yes,
no,
yeah.
no, you got that.
Yeah.
I got to think the quarterback's going to be down at the local Mercedes dealer signing autographs and then driving one home.
For sure. That's why you have the big rich schools are going to wait early because they're going to say to Harry, the car dealer, "What can you do for me?"
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Maybe Pitt's car dealership might do as much, but I know what Ohio State's car dealership's good.
And how about the other thing, too? Don't forget this when you look out. How about like the volleyball, softball, with the non-revenues? How they pay? What are they paying them with?
I have no idea how they're doing.
This is.
That's what I said. It's a wild.
I'm going to sit back and put my feet up.
try to figure it out.
Try to figure it out.
Yeah.
I really don't know. And now, also, one more item, then we'll jump off this talking basis. This giving this year back. I'll give Barry Alvarez credit. He made a decision. He did it. Everyone else.
He's the one that didn't do it. Huh?
They said, look, they go, you got the year back. Now, D3, it's not going to affect at all. It's $45,000 and you pay your own
Right.
way. But if you're on Scully, that's fine. But how about the kid coming in from 12th grade? At some point, there's an overflow.
Well, it's already in effect, and it's going to be worse because the portal's taken over. I mean, there is nobody, unless you're a great player. I don't care when you come out, college or high school. But if I have a choice taking a high school kid and taking a first-team all-conference kid from Auburn who's moved transfer into Michigan State, they're taking the
And
first-team
not only
all-conference.
that, you and I, we were in the game 60 years. What's our weakest thing? Looking at an 18-year-old and seeing
yeah.
what will he be at 21.
Yeah.
I look at you. I think they're all lousy.
Yeah, so they're going to do that. They're going to take the portal transfer. I felt bad for high school kids who have worked hard to get that scholarship.
Yeah.
It's not going to be out there.
Not this year. Now, the NCAA basis. Could you look worse? Everything's smooth. They're testing these kids. Hundreds of thousands of tests. Finally, 4 NC State guys do. But they played the first game. 6 guys in new positions. They played with 9 players and 4 pitchers. 1:30 in the morning. They called them. They said, "You're done. Go home." Vandy won.
Yeah,
And there are some people, because Vandy is like the Duke of basketball
Right.
in football. Some people say, "Wait a minute, how did this happen?"
Yeah, everything I've read, they said no. They've said no, but
Yeah.
it's just that's why George was using the word normalcy. I can never put it there yet, because think about that. You're ready to play for a championship, and you're told to go home.
Some of the kids were vaccinated,
You know,
some weren't.
right,
There was no.
right.
Once again, that shouldn't be a political issue, but it is. The
why?
minute that coach, he got a little defensive, and right away, they said something, and he got real smart with him. So I'm not in the business of, and it was short for mind your own business.
I know.
I didn't make them get a vaccine.
Yeah, there's some parents out at NC
They
State.
said, "No, you're not getting
They're
that."
not touching my son.
Oh,
So what do you
hold
do?
aside.
So what do you do? That's what I'm saying.
Guy called this talk show. I was listening to it. He said, "We're so old." He said that I don't even know if our parents knew what they were shooting us with. We went to the junior high for the sugar
Everybody
cube.
got it, right?
Yeah, everyone
Everybody
got it.
got
Get
it,
in line.
yes.
You're next.
Everybody
You want
got it,
another
yes.
one? Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
It's complete. Now, also another thing in Omaha. If you're familiar with that part of the country, Nebraska, Oklahoma, etc., this time of year, bad weather.
Yeah.
Not like, sirens going off. Get underneath now.
Yeah.
So they have to deal with that here.
Yeah, it's so hot, and you mix that moisture with that heat, and all of a sudden they get tornado warnings every 3 seconds. So
Yep.
it's tough.
No, you just don't know. And they are destructive. They're not little storms.
Oh, they're just, yeah.
Now, I'm going to talk about golf for a minute, because if you know any doctors or medical personnel, please find Bubba Watson.
Your boy.
Give him the Heimlich, because this guy, I don't know if it's me or what it is.
It was you.
He comes down five holes left, he's up 1. He turns into Vandeveld or whatever his name. Remember the dude, the
British
Tin
Open,
Cup
yes.
guy?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Now, Bubba Watson, seasoned veteran, won many. He starts playing like JV golf.
Yeah, he did.
What was he doing, Al?
He knew you had him.
He knew I had him. $10. He owes me $10. I mean, he should be able to give that back to me.
He'll
Don't
give it
you?
to you. He
Don't
could
you
give it to
agree?
you.
He
He
could
could give it to you.
Okay. Now the NHL final starts Monday night. Tampa, Montreal. I'm looking. I'm thinking, is it me, or are there going to be some low-scoring games?
Yeah, the two best goalies are playing right now. They're both hot.
Talk
Tampa
about-
has the best.
Talk about that.
And Valensky, how you say his name,
Mm-hmm.
he's the best. Varlamov, but he's not the hottest. Price is the hottest.
Carey Price.
Yeah. So Montreal's there because of Carey Price.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's there because they have the best team. And so it'll be interesting to see if he gets bombarded.
They have a little more firepower.
About 1,000 more.
That's what I thought. You know, I'm watching the other day, and I get a charge out of it because they show these two guys without their masks. Man, I have no idea what these guys look like. Right. Football, you have a little because they take their helmet off once in a while and this and that. But these goalies.
Yeah, you got to be a Montreal Tampa Bay fan.
Yeah, he can walk right
or a card collector or something, because you never see them without.
Well, the one
mask
year
on.
the Penguins were in Nashville in the tournament, and they said the goalie was just going wherever he wanted. No one had any idea who he was, where the other guys would get bugged. We'll go with 3 minutes of miscellaneous stuff. Serena skipping the Olympics. She wants that one more major bad. She'll try Wimbledon. The champ is out. Do you think she can get it, or does she appear?
This will be the one. This will be the one
This
she
will be
can
the
win.
one to get.
She can win.
On grass?
Yep, she can win it on grass. I don't know if she's in good enough shape. It's always my worry about Serena. Because if she can overpower you early and get two,
she can do that.
Get the 2 sets in.
Yeah, she can do
but
that.
if you grind and make her go all the way,
Like the French, when that
It's
weather,
hard.
when she starts getting
It's hard
that
for her.
third set, they wear her out.
Yep.
Now, she is a 40-year-old woman. Which I
Yeah,
mean,
no, that's the
nothing
reason
to-
why.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
nothing to joke with. Now, the other side of the net, the men, the Joker, he'll put you out there 5 hours. He'll make you change your shoes 5 times.
Yep, no question about it. I would think he's going to win Wimbledon.
I think so,
And
too.
I think he's going to lose U.S. Open. I think
You got that thinking.
There's a lot. Oh yeah, there's a lot.
I think he's played in the Olympics, too.
There's
He
a
wants
lot.
that gold slam, they call
a
it.
lot of great players that play in the hard court, and so I think that he will not get through that one. I think he'll lose that. But Wimbledon, there are many grass good players. I don't think there's 2.
A couple good guys are out, too. Teams. and
Yeah, the
some
grass
guys
players
are
are not good. So he's going to win.
And if you're thinking of like wearing them out, try Plan B.
No, you're not gonna do
that boy can go.
Yeah, he's still young enough to do that. That's where Federer and Nadal aren't. They're up in age now. They as good as great. I mean, Nadal's in great shape. As good as his shape, they can't outwork.
Now, I'm watching the track and field the other night. Okay. First of all, how people can move that fast.
It's amazing.
The dude's running 110 highs, and it was so ridiculous that I looked at. I said, "This is
like
going
a
to be
100-meter
wrong."
dash, right?
I called my buddy. I said, "You can hardly run 110 meters that fast,
Right.
let alone 10 hurdles."
Yeah, the girl ran a 51.9 in the 400 hurdles. That record is I can't wait to see her run in the Olympics. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
What do you
do
suppose
that.
the Benz was in 1960?
Probably the same time.
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
The other thing too, Al, yesterday they had to cancel till nighttime.
Because of the weather?
Why? Oh, it was only 107.
Only 107.
107.
Wow.
Now I don't care who you are, 107. You better be inside.
Yeah, there's no chance, especially the distance runners.
Yeah.
There's no chance to get your best time with that kind of weather. No question.
Absolutely, absolutely. The Steelers made some enemies, which you know it. And
I like when you make enemies.
You and I always say, it's a business.
It's total business.
These guys are making 8 figures. It's a business. Exactly
Total
right.
business.
I agree 100%. Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.